research strategies.
No known college student has ever escaped the assignment of a research paper.
I thought I read about one actually escaping.
Oh, that guy. No. They eventually got him and stuck him with a 20-pager.
Research is important for writing projects because it establishes background information for you and your readers.
Jadwiga is interested in writing a paper about Chihuahuas. First, she'll have to learn more about the breed. She will consult the internet, encyclopedias, books, and journals. She will also contact Chihuahua societies, owners, and trainers to learn all she can about the breed.
When she references these sources in her paper, she will have more credibility or authority than if she just wrote about how she felt about Chihuahuas. They're so cute.
Doing research also brings to light any counter-arguments. For example, Jadwiga will discover in her research that many people dislike Chihuahuas and find them annoying and odd-looking. She can address these opinions in her paper with counter-arguments more confidently if she's done thorough research.
Researching a subject is important for giving examples. If Jadwiga wants to express how cute Chihuahuas are, she can pull examples of breeds from her research to back up her claim. This will make her paper more believable and interesting.
Finally, acknowledging research is essential to avoiding plagiarism. Jadwiga must cite all of her sources to give credit where credit is due. If she skips this step, then she's essentially stealing ideas of others.
So, do you solemnly swear that research is important, essential, and absolutely necessary? Good. Now let's make a research plan.
Before falling down the internet rabbit hole, make a plan. This will help you stay organized and not become overwhelmed with all the information out there.
First, it helps to figure out what you already know about your topic. Jadwiga knows that she thinks Chihuahuas are adorable, but she doesn't think she knows much else.
Her goal is to figure out what kind of sources to consult and how many sources to consult. Is it good enough to interview other Chihuahua owners, or should she go deeper into books and articles about the topic? Some teachers and professors set a minimum limit of the number of sources a paper should have.
The next step is to decide how current your sources need to be. A historical topic about the Civil War, for example, might not need up-to-the-minute sources. Scientific topics, on the other hand, such as the effects of genetically modified popcorn on brain development, will need the most current research.
The final step of your research mission plan is to figure out where you will be getting your sources. Write down a list of places you'll have to go and people you'll have to contact.
Sources come in all shapes and sizes, and some, like donuts, are definitely better than the others. Your job is to distinguish the reliable from the wacky, the primary from the secondary, and the jelly from the cream.
For example, there is a big difference between print and internet sources.
You may be tempted to get all of your sources from the internet. That way you can do all of your research on your laptop sitting in a beanbag chair wearing your bunny slippers and brother's track hoodie. Sounds nice, right? Be careful. Internet sources aren't always as stable as print sources. This means they can be easily deleted, edited, or altered in some way.
Electronic sources are not always as reliable as scholarly books or journals. These sources have been reviewed by experts before publication. Many materials published online have not.
There's also a big difference between primary and secondary sources.
Primary sources are sources that come from first-hand knowledge. Secondary sources come from the research of others. In other words, they draw upon primary sources. Most research papers should be made up of a mix of primary and secondary sources.
It's time for viewer mail. This one says, Dear video people, I'm a secondary source. My brother is a primary source, and I feel like we're constantly competing. I can't live my life always trying to one-up his first-hand achievements. What can I do? Signed, sadly secondary. Hey there, secondary. Don't sweat it. Remember what the beloved maritime philosopher Popeye said? I am what I am.
There's a big difference between scholarly and popular sources.
Popular sources are in the form of popular magazines and other forms of mainstream media. Scholarly sources are from experts in a field. These sources usually are in the form of academic journals.
Popular sources are often the glossy magazines you'll find at the grocery store checkout lines. They contain many ads, and the articles are typically written by journalists or reporters. Scholarly sources, on the other hand, do not have a glossy photo of the newest American Idol on the cover. Typically, the cover lists the table of contents. The word journal is usually found in the title of the source. An abstract, or summary of the article, usually comes before the article, and the article will most likely have a long bibliography at the end. These sources are hard to find outside of the library, and the authors are usually academics.
Now you have a ton of information. Don't let yourself be swallowed by the research quicksand. It's time to get organized. Somewhere out there is the perfect system for you and your particular project.
Keep a research log. To do this, create a computer file for your project with subfiles for all the different aspects of your topic. Subfolders could include hypothesis notes, background info notes, bibliography, and a rough draft.
Create a blog for your project. Not only can you keep a written record of your reactions to the reading you are doing, but you can also use it to meet other bloggers who share the same interests. This could lead you to web links, research, and ideas you didn't think of before.
Keep index cards of all your research. Simple, inexpensive, and usually used for Grandma's snickerdoodle recipe, these little guys will help you keep track of each and every source. On one side of the card, write the quote used. On the other side, the bibliographic information and the page number. Now later, you can organize these cards in piles according to subjects, and your paper will be all but written in little stacks on your desk. This way, you won't have to worry about forgetting sources and trying to track them down later.
All right, we've got research covered. We've discussed the importance of research, types of research, and organizing research. Adios, research.